Hello friends, welcome to this grounding through your feet yin yoga practice. Our feet are the root of our body. It's what connects us to the earth. And when our feet get really tense or tight, then it causes tension in our ankles, in through our calves, all the way up our legs, and sometimes even into our low back. So we don't really think about this area a whole lot. So we're going to dedicate a class to it tonight. So let's go ahead and just start to settle into our body. We'll start with tuning into the breath, closing your eyes, and grounding down. And you'll notice I'm sitting on a bolster. If you don't have a bolster or a block, you could always use a pillow, some sort of cushion, or a stack of books works really nicely as well. The reason I do this really is just to keep my hips above my knees. It's good for circulation. The last thing you want is numbness in your legs or tingling to take you out of this settling in motion. So your eyes are soft. You start to root down through your sit bones. On an inhale, you just let your spine float tall, almost as though someone's pulling a cord out the top of your head all the way to the heavens. And then as you exhale, that energy grounds you back down, rooting you into place, rooting you into this room, onto your mat, into this moment. And then again, we'll take an inhale. This time our shoulders will go up towards our ears. And as we exhale, they'll round back and down. Hands will come to rest on our thighs or in your lap. And then tuck your chin just slightly so the back of the neck is nice and long. Again, your eyes are soft or closed. And then guide your attention to the tip of your nose. Just noticing that nice cool air as it travels in. And the warmer air as it falls out. Taking just a moment to recognize the quality of your breath. Notice where the breath is flowing very naturally. And equally noticing, without any judgment, maybe those places in your body that feel a little tense, a little tight. Places that might need a little extra attention from your breath tonight. And we'll come in tune together by starting to bring our breath deep into our belly, letting our belly expand nice and big and wide on that inhale. And then just naturally letting your navel hug back towards your spine on the exhale. Just continue practicing this breath deep into your belly, and I'll bring us all in tune together by inhaling to the count of 4 as our belly expands. We'll hold just for a moment at the top to the count of 2. And then we're going to exhale to the count of 6 through pursed lips. So making this triangle formation with the tip at the bottom of the breath. So soften your gaze again. Let's exhale out wherever you are in your journey of breath. And seal off the lips and inhale into the belly for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold here at the top for 1, 2. And exhale, pursed lips for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty at the bottom. Let's do it again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2. Pursed lips, exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your eyes soft. Just go back to your natural breath just for a moment. Already beginning to feel the subtle body begin to speak a little louder to you as you tune in. We'll start to blink our eyes open and get ready to move into our first expression of butterfly. So I'm going to move off of the support behind me, bringing my feet out in front of me. And I'm going to start by just bringing some attention to my feet. I'm going to start rubbing maybe through my arches, starting at the heel and working up towards the ball of my foot. Just a nice little massage, helping to bring my attention and the energy into my feet. Maybe even rubbing your feet a little bit, maybe placing your fingers between your toes, just getting some attention, loving on your beautiful, beautiful feet. And already we're starting to hinge forward here. So as we move into stillness and settling in here, you might want to just pay attention to what's happening with your knees. They're out, bowed out to the side. Your feet are kissing here in the middle. If there's twinginess on your knees at all, you could take a block and just place it under between the ground and your knees, just so they can lay passively opened. Otherwise, we'll just start to round through our back, letting our head drop down and finding a place of stillness. Our first edge, this place our body naturally comes to. Taking this first few moments to really find, working out any kinks, bringing support in if you need it. Another great place for a block might be to rest between your feet and your head, just releasing the weight. I like to let gravity do that work for me. It's also nice to rest with your hands palm face up. This prevents you from doing any pulling or grabbing or grasping or trying to get yourself deeper into the pose. And once you find that edge, you move into the second principle, which is stillness. This is where your breath is really going to become a great ally for you. Your breath will help keep you anchored into this moment. Getting a nice rotation of the hips here. Also working, feeling it a little in your low back. And as we breathe here in stillness, we move to the third principle, which is time. So yin poses are held 3 to 5 minutes on average. As we connect to our breath, noticing where the sensation is guiding our attention, and breathing deep into it. Your mind has wandered, you just bring it back to the body by focusing back in on the breath. Just letting gravity work in your favor. At the end of each pose, we will signal our body that it's time to move by doing 3 very mindful breaths together. So let's go ahead and do that now. Staying exactly where you are, we'll take a nice deep draw of air through the nose. And then a full releasing exhale. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Final time, deep inhale. And exhale. We'll slowly push through our hands as we begin to walk ourselves back up to a straight back. Once you're here, you can use your hands to guide those knees in together. And it might feel good to place your hands behind you and just let your feet go wide. And we'll go ahead and just drop from side to side here. It should feel nice. We're going to come around into a toe stretch. We're not going to be in this one very long, but you're going to start by sitting, by tucking your toes under. So you're going to sit hips to heels. So go ahead and take your hands and just kind of help guide those toes forward. Now you can stay leaned forward. This might be where the work is today. Otherwise, we'll add a little more pressure by bringing our hands to our thighs and slowly just walking up to a straight back. Shoulders roll back and down. Keep your eyes closed. This one gets pretty intense pretty fast, and all the external information sometimes takes us out of the pose. You might feel stiffness here. through your shin bones, calf muscles, a little bit of a burning sensation at the bottom of your feet, really just opening up through all of this tissue. Gets really tight down here. And we focus on our breath. Nice deep inhales. And full releasing exhales. Your breath will help keep you present just a little bit longer here. This is one of the shorter poses of the day. Let's do those 3 final breaths together. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, deep inhale. And exhale, just letting go, letting yourself melt here. And with great pleasure, we'll bring our hands forward, untuck those toes ever so softly, and just give them a little bit of a tap, helping to release through the back of your legs here. So we're going to come into a wide dog. I like to take my bolster, blocks work well too, in front of me. And I'm going to come up to standing. And I'm going to let my legs be wide, wider than my mat. So my hands can be firmly placed on something. And then I'm going to bend my knees and come down all the way to my forearms and just drape my head down. So my shoulders, my neck, and my head are completely released here. Opening through the entire back side of our legs and our body, and then rooting through all 4 corners of your feet. Feel yourself rooting down through the balls of your feet, through the heel. See where you can just let loose, let it go. Bend those knees. Help bring you closer to the earth. Maybe your arms are long. For me, this is just a good place of ease. It's okay if your legs get a little wobbly here. You can always bend them a little bit more. Let the sensation be there. Let it be a little uncomfortable and let it be challenging if that's the case. And connect to your breath. Let's do our 3 final breaths here. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final one, deep inhale. And full releasing. Make sure your hands are firmly planted here. You can start to walk your feet closer together, dropping down to your knees, moving that support out of the way. Let's go ahead and stretch our feet in the opposite direction. So you're just going to sit down, hips to heels. And you're going to lean back into your hands. This might be enough, or you can even start to, ooh, I felt that. I don't know if you could hear that cracking. Let your knees go up a little bit here, just for a moment in this one. Stretching out the tops of our feet here. And then we'll come down. Bring your hands in front of you and set yourself up into a tabletop position. Once you're there, you can do any kind of movement that feels good for your body here. Just a little bit of movement. Let's go ahead and do a couple cat-cows together. So as we inhale, we're going to drop our belly, guide our chest forward as our shoulders roll back, gaze goes up. And as we exhale, we're going to push the floor away from us, rounding our shoulders forward, chin to chest. Inhale. Come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a straight back. And we'll set up for Sphinx. So we'll come down to our forearms and start walking your knees away from your torso, dropping your belly down. Almost pressing your pelvic bone into the mat here and finding your feet somewhere between hip and mat width distance apart. You can look at your hands. They should look like a number 11 in front of you. So the elbow and the shoulder can be in alignment, or for a little less compression in the back, you can bring your arms a little forward. So find what works for you. And then just press through your hands and your forearms slightly into the ground, and then push them towards your body so your chest starts to move forward. Your gaze can be straight ahead, or you can lower the head slightly, stretching through your cervical spine. So there's a lot of activity happening in your hands right now, in your arms. But really where you're feeling this is through your backside body, toning along your spine. And finding your breath. going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit. Take your left hand and move it towards your right. So it's kind of at a 45-degree angle. And then you're going to bend your right knee, so your foot goes up, and reach back with your right hand, guiding that foot. And really don't think about like pulling it down, but just guiding it down, getting a nice quad stretch here as you lower your right shoulder to be even with your left. Gaze can be down, letting the back of your neck be long. And just letting gravity naturally do its thing here. Not here for very long, just getting a little quad stretch. Still getting that stretch through your backside body as well. And go ahead and let that grip go. Return your foot back down, your arms back down, returning to that Sphinx shape with your body. And we'll go ahead and do that quad stretch on the other side. So your right hand, 45-degree angle, so it's going towards that left. Bend that left knee and reaching back, grabbing that foot, and then lowering your left shoulder even with your right. Returning to your breath. And go ahead and release that grip, coming back down. And we'll start to just widen through our elbows, placing your hands one on top of each other. And then lowering your forehead to your hands. Might even feel good to rock your head from side to side, massaging through that third eye. Let's take 3 nice inhales into our backside body here. So we'll take a nice deep inhale into our low back. And exhale. And into your mid back. And exhale. And one final deep breath right into the backside of your heart. And exhale. We'll go ahead and push ourselves back up through tabletop into a child's pose. So the soles of your feet will come together, drop your hips to your heels, and then just let your torso drape forward. Your forehead's going to make contact with either the mat, or if you'd rather place a pillow or a block there, do that. Arms can be forward, but let your arms be bent. This is a yin practice, so we're always working on being a little more passive. Connecting to your breath. Just allowing your rib cage to expand fully on the inhales. And relax completely on the exhales. And take 3 final breaths here. So let's take a full inhale through our entire backside body. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. And exhale. We'll go ahead and start to push ourselves back up into a tabletop. We're just going to turn ourselves around, coming to rest on our back. Go ahead and grab a block so it's nice and handy for you as you come down. You're going to keep the soles of your feet on the mat. On an inhale, you're going to lift your hips and you're going to place some sort of support, a block or a bolster right under your hips, and then exhale down onto it. It might take a little adjusting. Think about where your belt line is, like really supporting your hips here. Once you've got that all adjusted, we're just going to take a moment to breathe here. It might feel good to place a hand on your belly and your heart. Let's go ahead and start to invite our knees into our chest. I like to put my hands down next to the support. It just gives my hands somewhere nice to land. And then just let your feet go all the way up towards the sky. This should feel very natural, very good. This is a waterfall pose. And what's happening here is all this stagnant energy, all of this support, we're always pounding into our feet, doing all kinds of activities, and all of that stagnant energy now gets an opportunity to just kind of drain down the legs and out through the body. So we're just going to rest with our legs up for a little bit. This is also a really great one to do against a wall and or in bed, and or both, in bed against a wall. Feels really, really nice. Let's just add a little bit of movement here. Look up at your feet, and on an inhale, those toes point up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, flex those toes down towards your nose. Do a couple like that, inhaling them up, exhaling them down. Might even feel good to drape your legs out to the side and back together. Just doing a little bit of movement might feel nice. If it feels good to just stay stagnant, that's fine too. You might even play with flexing one foot while the other stays pointed. Just having a little fun here with your feet. Might even rotate your hips out and in and out and in. Flexing your feet and doing the same thing, rotating out and in and out and in. And we'll drop our knees back into our chest, maybe even giving them a little bit of a hug. Again, they should just fall very naturally here. And then we'll drop those feet down to the mat. Inhale your hips up, move that support, and then your hips come back down. Go ahead and let your legs go long. And set up here for your final Shavasana. Now we worked a lot through the legs, so it might feel good to take a bolster and place it under your knees here, helping to just release through your low back a little bit. Taking up space. And settling in.